Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how can you use a large language model to analyze your trading history or analyze your finances. The idea is that I want to walk through a concept called prompt engineering by showing you examples as to how can you work with an LLM and improve the quality of answers that you get. Most of us are used to kind of asking an LLM straightforward questions and getting answers, but what I'll show you is kind of a advanced techniques called prompt engineering, and basically what it will help you to do is get better results from an LLM. And that's the whole idea behind this conversation. So in order to do that, I am going to use Claude, which is what you should be seeing on screen. Claude is from Anthropic and I have a paid version for it. You can work with ChatGPT or any free model that you like. However, it will require that you are able to upload data. If you're not able to upload data, you can try a cheat as to you can just open the file and paste it, and that should also work. So basically what I've done is I've just downloaded my trading history from Zerodha. This is for an account, and this is my past trading history. I'm okay sharing it online, and there are 3 years of trading history. All I've done is I've just consolidated it here and saved it in a form of a CSV. So that's pretty straightforward. I'm not going to walk through the steps, but basically what I want to show is I'll drag and drop here, and I'll ask the LLM generate insights based on my trading history, and this is how we can start a conversation. Essentially, this is a it's going to take in the data. It'll come up with some insights, and most of the insights would be fairly reasonable and correct. But what I want to show is how can we improve and optimize this. So now it starts to throw some sort of recommendations called, first it's talking about portfolio diversification, uh, and it's identifying the sectors correctly, which is very good, right? It's showing consumer goods, financials, IT, auto. Although Amara Raja batteries is not auto, so this is an incorrect classification. FMCG and textile. So fairly okay. However, some of them are not correct. Long-term holdings, fair enough. Timing of trades, mix of exchanges, quality and price variation, sector concentration, holding period, recent trades, etc. So this is a pretty good start. You can actually ask it to generate a P&L statement, and it will probably give you some kind of a warning as to it doesn't have enough data and things like that. But yeah, it doesn't have the data, and that's what it's trying to say. So it's suggesting some sort of a template as well, but it's basically giving me the calculations for the stocks for which it has the sell price information, and it's gonna do this, keep on doing this. So while this is running, I want to hop over and show you an advanced techniques as to how can we improve and optimize it. While some of this is still generic, and the optimization might still not work because of the data not being available. So now she's showing you partial P&L statement in the form of a nice summarized chart. Buy dates are multiple, buy prices are this, quantity, sell price, sell quantity, average stuff. So this is like a partial P&L statement. So what we can do is we can actually generate a prompt. And what is a prompt for an LLM? Prompt is let's call it set of instructions. So it's basically a well-defined guide to a model that you can use to optimize the output. So you have a model input like write the words of the following sentences in reverse order. The dog crossed the road. Output road, the cross dog, etc., etc., something like this. However, now if you give it an instruction like reformat the following comma separated files into last name, first name, etc., and input, it will meet the following. So basically it's giving it a set of instruction. So what I'm going to do now is I will go to a model and ask it to generate a prompt. So basically what I'm doing now is I am using the LLM itself to generate the prompt so that I can give the bigger LLM or the different chat this kind of prompt and get better insights. So I will generate a prompt for me which can be used to perform portfolio analysis on stocks. uh, Assume the role of a financial analyst. So basically, it's gonna understand that it's becoming a financial analyst. Uh, give monthly stock analysis, capture trading behavior, ignore values which, or let's say, ignore calculations which have data insufficiency. And you can keep on going with this. It really, you can even ask it optimization, etc., etc. question. But essentially, what it will do is it will write a prompt, potential prompt. So it says you are a financial analyst and your key responsibilities are etc., etc., trading behavior analysis, recommendations, etc. So now if I give it this, right, basically I'm just going to copy this and paste this here, and now it will give me a affirmation that I am now a financial analyst and I can do etc., etc. And it's now basically digesting and tuning itself to meet the expectation. All right, I'll just say that reassess the data uploaded. Oh, all right, it's already doing it. So yeah, it's already now giving it, and it's giving basically in this structure. It's doing a portfolio review, it's giving market analysis, stock research, etc., etc. So it will give you all of the columns or all of the uh, categories that you want it to perform analysis on. And this is what is prompt engineering. You can further go on and you can ask it on the other side, optimize this prompt to go deeper into behavioral analysis. And there isn't any data to do some sort of a behavior analysis. Like there's no timing information, there's no short long information, there's no options, etc., etc. But I'm just showing you that you can add that more as a behavioral finance capture. So what it's now doing is, you are an AI financial analyst specialized in behavioral finance and trading psychology. So now what it's doing is, it's picking the role of a analyst which is specialized in this kind of profiling. It's very very unlikely that I will get a strong answer, but let's give it a try, and see what it gives. The idea here is that you are able to optimize your returns and answers to be able to understand your trading behavior, your trading psychology, how have you performed, etc., etc. So now if you see that it is showing me some information, shows a mix of long-term and short-term holdings. Some are being held for longer and shorter. The timing doesn't seem to be following a pattern, which means it did try to look for a pattern with transactions occurring at different time, which that's also important. The trade sizes also vary. So it's actually an input for me, right? I don't uh, deal with right position sizing, and I know this is not from my own portfolio, it's my wife's portfolio, but this kind of is an helpful information. There's no sentiment information provided, hence it's not able to do that. um, it is also doing some sort of a pattern recognition, but without some kind of deeper data. Like probably if there is a, if you have the state of the market also, like you have the market information also during that time as to what was happening in the market, and you could ask it to perform correlation analysis. There's no psychological profiling. However, it's giving me a very very right interpretation that the investor appears to have a mix of long term and short term holdings, suggesting a modern risk tolerance and a combination of investment and trading strategies, which is very very right. That's what I have literally done in this portfolio, and it has given me some recommendation. You can ask it to perform actions out of the prompt also, like generate monthly report to show how the portfolio has grown, and it'll now get into numbers and it'll start aggregating data on its own. Now, with uh, although it's very difficult to say which LLM would be able to do that or not, but sometimes it would be very very challenging to get real aggregation done from by LLMs. Sometimes they'll just give you a weird answer, and this looks very much like it. I hope this, as your fan, I have prepared a monthly report. So now it's giving me a different kind of a monthly report, like portfolio growth, composition, market outlook, and recommendation. What I was trying to actually ask it to do is give me a monthly P&L statement, but so maybe I need to be a little more clear. Generate monthly P&L statement. Okay. And hopefully now it will be able to show that. So the idea here is that okay, now no, it's really stuck with the persona, which is fine, which is not bad. Now it's gonna get into details. So now, what to summarize all of this, right? It's while most of us are used to talking to LLMs or talking to ChatGPT and trying to get some answers. However, what I'm trying to demonstrate within this short 10 minutes is that how can you leverage it to provide it additional information and make it do and generate information that's relevant to you. Now, if you are into business and if you're providing trading services to your customers, this kind of report could be really, really insightful. Now, imagine that you are able to generate these reports on the fly, and an analyst just has to verify it. So it will do all the formatting neat, every information about missing in data, etc., etc. It's able to rightly summarize and put it into context. So this would be very very helpful for you. So yeah, that's essentially what I wanted to talk about as to how can you leverage large language models to optimize your trading history and build some sort of a trade journaling experience. Now, this is not a proper trade journaling tool per se, but you can get a lot of insights from this if you build this as a practice, and if you share it. If the number of trades are higher, it will get more data and it will be able to provide more insights. All right. With that, thank you for listening. This is Akash signing off. Bye bye. If you have liked the conversation, put in thumbs up, put in a comment. Until next video. Bye bye.